Hey, hey, hello everybody. I did it again, everybody. I got right up to that final split second right before I hit the button and we all show up. And I was like, I don't have my hat on. And I was not able to comb my hair just so, and it shows the little bald spot in it just, so I had to delay for a second while I put my hat on. Dan and Frenchie, I'm sure y'all saw that. That's awesome. Hello, Ben. Welcome to Speaking of Schmoedown, everybody. That is not how the intros usually go. Hey, should we do that again? No, we won't.
No, just roll with it.
No, that's cool. But this is a sports talk show devoted to the movie trivia Schmoedown. And as usual, we got our numbers guy, Double D, Dan Dolinsky. How you doing, buddy?
Man, this was a great week for matches. I can't wait to start talking about it.
Me too. And making her first appearance on this show, and she is new to the Schmoedown, everyone. I believe, Jess, you said this is your first month into the Schmoedown?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'm a Frenchie.
Yeah. So I want to know, in this last month, since you've started watching it, what is your first couple favorite matches? Like a couple that just you've been really impressed by, or you've had so much fun by that they're up there on the top?
Damon Demolanta for sure. The live show with Griffey, because I am a Griffey shill. I've just attached myself to like 3 players, and they all just so happen to be kind of heels in a way. So I obviously like myself a bad boy. So any of the ones, Ben Bateman, Griffey, Ty Lieberman, all my top 3.
All right. Have you seen the movie Draft Day?
No.
Man, I just watched that for the first time the other night. It's got Kevin Costner in it. He's a general manager of a Cleveland Browns football team, and it's about the draft day and trying to pick the perfect fit to build the team. I had to do a double take. Griffey Nooms is in that movie, and he's in it quite a bit. He's for Kevin Costner's character, and it was great. I was like, dude, wait a minute. I had to get on Google and check it out. But yeah, it was Griffey Nooms. So and it's a great fucking movie. And it's Kevin Costner. So what the hell? You can't go wrong. Ron is here too. What's up, buddy?
Good. Happy to be here 2 weeks in a row, which means I'm doing something somewhat right. And if you watch Draft Day, I guarantee you as a non-American, you will understand absolutely nothing except who Griffey Nooms is. And that is
good. I look forward to it.
Hey, you guys just want to talk about movies and just not talk about Schmoedown at all? I mean, it's
one of the 3.
No, I mean, let's talk about Bambi. Let's start with Bambi, how it ruined my entire life. And how that's the reason.
Where it all began, was it?
Speaking of movies, that's your new show, Jay. Speaking of movies, this is Speaking of Schmoedown.
As we do every or most weeks here, we play a game called Hot Matches, hot potato style, where our Frenchie producer backstage has a timer, and when it goes off, whoever's talking is out of the game, and the consequences and benefits will come into play during the interview process, which today will be with Nikki Demolanta. Paige for Betty and Griffey Newman. Man, I wanted our girl Paige to pull this out so bad. I really did. And I had convinced myself that she was going to, and I think she could play it again. But Griffey's he's on a roll that
he's
can't be.
He's a powerhouse of a human being, that guy. He's got his character down. He's got his knowledge down. I see him taking out the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I mean, I did have Griffey Newman winning this one because Paige has struggled a bit, but she has gotten some wins, impressive wins as well. But I was very disappointed at her performance this match. It was really surprising that she did so poorly. But I was kind of upset that they gave Christian and Mark gave Griffey Newman the point after he accidentally erased half his answer.
I did wonder that.
But it's like, why are you giving him a point? He didn't have the answer. I know technically it was an accident, but I was very upset by that.
I wasn't gonna bring it up at all. I was gonna let it go. No, I honestly had no issues with. I mean, no, you are right, and I did think about it, but it wasn't something that like, I guess because I knew they were going to accept it. So it's kind of one of those where it's like, I go to work in the morning and I know the guy behind me left my station a mess, so I don't get mad about it anymore. So it wasn't to that level of making me mad. I did think about it though.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it changed anything, but at the time he was perfect otherwise, and had he missed it, it would have denied a perfect round from him. But he had missed his final question, so it ultimately wouldn't have changed anything because Paige would have still gotten TKO'd. So it's not a big change, but it's still at the moment, because he was going into a perfect round. It was still a bit upsetting to see at the moment.
If she had got it right, or looked like there was more of an indication that she knew what the answer was, and then that happened, I think there'd be more questions about it. But she clearly didn't know it, and he very clearly, with the 2-minute long build up, did. So I think at that point it's like, he erased it with his glove. Who cares?
I'm sorry, like I said, dude, and I'm not going to make an issue of it, but I never was going to. But like, that benefit of doubt stuff don't fly around here, man. I mean, it's either a touchdown or a home run. You don't almost hit a home run. You don't almost score a touchdown. It doesn't matter if the guy who almost scored the touchdown, the nearest person was 20 yards behind him and he slipped on a fucking pebble. But if he hadn't slipped on the pebble, he'd have crossed the line. No, that's not how it works, dude. You either do it or you don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but I like you, but I ain't letting that fly around here, man. Uh-oh.
So Bambi's mom, what are your thoughts?
Man, she was some good dinner, buddy. Spaghetti and deer balls. Good.
No, but...
Aaron's got eliminated.
Well, even as a Griffey shill, a very self-proclaimed Griffey shill, I still thought it weird that we've seen people who have not finished off the answer, and even a single letter, and they've been like, "Nope, you don't get it," and yet he wiped it off, and he still got it. There was not even any contention around it, which I found surprising.
I've got a conspiracy theory now that you bring that up. Perhaps everyone, Christian is in talks with Kevin Costner to join the movie Trivia Schmoedown this upcoming season, and so he is trying to. They're buttering up and catering to Griffey Nooms, and that was just like to help ensure his victory, to also therefore ensure gaining Kevin Costner into. You heard it here when Kevin Costner joins the Schmoedown next season. Everybody, you heard it right here, and it wasn't some tip. Some inside, it came from here.
I think he's busy that day that he's scheduled to do.
I got faith, man. I got faith.
I think he's
that said, I had faith in, well, no, I shouldn't say it like that. Well, no, I could say it. I had faith that Brendan Meyer was going to end up playing Robert Parker.
Yeah. I really thought that Brendan was going to win, but Brendan's just on a roll. And he's just, I was.
Oh,
I know what he was going to say.
I know it's like a cliffhanger here. I'm, obviously I'm not sly because I'm not buff like that. But I'll be Merle from Walking Dead. But yes, Barbarian played great. He always has. I mean, I've never doubted him, but I think more for me, it was that I've built up in my mind this match between Brendan Meyer and Robert Parker for a couple seasons now.
Yeah.
I just and I think that's what it was. It was what I wanted to personally see, as opposed to maybe how I felt it was actually going to unfold.
Yeah, I think that's always the thing, the difference between the head and the heart and what it wants and what you think is actually going to happen from it. So yeah, I mean, Barbarian played incredibly well. Incredibly well. The guy doesn't flinch.
Is it okay? How much of the knowledge do you think comes from Elvis compared to Barbarian? Like the percentage, like is it 50-50 and Barbarian just consults Elvis on it, or is it like Barbarian's like 25% his knowledge and then 75% is Elvis telling him the right answers? And is that fair in your opinion?
Getting a helping hand? I don't know. It's super unnerving watching.
Oh, boom! I won. I think it's been probably a month or so since I've won, probably longer. That's amazing. Yes. I see. I shut up and I spoke at just the perfect
already.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. Let's shoot over to Dan. What do you think of the Brendan Meyer and the Barbarian match?
Yeah, I mean, I did have Brendan winning this one, but as I said, Barbarian was just on a roll, and I was definitely surprised that he. I mean, what happened in the final round? Because let me scroll over. Brendan, yeah, he missed his 2 and his 5, so that's not really good. You should at least try to get your 2-pointer because that's usually the easier of the 3 questions. So for him to miss that one, that was definitely surprising. He just couldn't pull out that 5-pointer to give him that to force Barbarian to hit his 5. So the fact that Barbarian beat Brendan, and the fact that we now have 2 Finstock exchange competitors in the tournament still, and everyone else is just 1. I think Finstock Exchange has a better chance of winning the faction race. Just my opinion. I mean, I really think that's going to happen.
Aaron, what did you think about the Barbarian and Brendan Meyer match?
Yeah, unlike Dan, I have no clue who I said would win last week, but I knew it would be a very, very close match. And I mean, honestly, I think everybody else has kind of said this, but I stand by in the community. Craig needed this more. Barbarian, for the sake of his legacy, needed this more. Brendan is a multiple defending teams champion now, who for his sake is hopefully going to pull it off again at Spectacular. Whereas Barbarian is somebody who's been for over a year now touted as this potential greatness, but just has always come a little short. I mean, last year it took Bibbs a perfect game to beat him, as was said in this match. And so this is a very big win for him to take down somebody who is a champ to then progress forward. And now he's only 2 matches away. And yeah, Dan's right. If Griffey and Barbarian come to play next round, the Finstock Exchange is getting a boatload of points added to that faction from these last 3 matches.
I know, Taka. I know.
We're going to jump on to the Dan Merle versus Janine match, but I do want to backtrack here. I didn't want to bring this up while we were playing the game because I wanted, if anyone wanted to say anything, I wanted everyone to have time to say what they want to say. The Muppet, that was the Barbarian Brendan Meyer match, sorry, which was the one we're on. The Muppet question. All I have to say about it, and I wasn't, okay, I have mentioned that that the wrong answers have been accepted this season, and I guess I've taken heat for it. I don't know. In my mind, I'm just speaking, whatever. But my point is, I was like, okay, in my mind, I was like, okay, I could go on and I could give Ellis praise for not accept. I hate to put it that way, not accepting the right answer, because I have brought up that he has accepted the wrong answers. But I was like, well, but I mean, he did it correctly, so why would I praise him for doing something correctly? And then I thought, well, yeah, but then that could be taken as me kind of maybe being an asshole, and you know what I mean? Oh, finally got, but nothing like that. You could tell by his expressions that he wanted to accept it. But the fact is, there's the Muppet movie and there's the Muppets, 2 different movies. So, yeah. I mean, I'm glad.
Even the kid admit, he did admit that he wouldn't have gotten it with more time. He did even admit quite freely that he wasn't going to get it, regardless of the slip in it being Muppets versus Muppet.
Yeah.
But real quick to sum up, my point is, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, and I'm not, but I mean, I'm just glad that specific question was judged the way it was, because it's one that has been on the line like we've seen so many times this season and have gone the other way. So, but I'm not being like a dick or anything about it. I just want to make that clear,
Yeah. Here's my issue on it. In Perry versus Ben Bateman, it was a live match. The question was, what movie starred Tim Curry with the Muppets? and Perry said Muppets Treasure Island, and it's Muppet Treasure Island, and Perry had gotten the point. So, it was the wrong answer, and it's the same. It's literally the same thing because you said a Muppet movie, or you said Muppets movie, and it was Muppet movie. So it's literally the same thing, and you're just not being consistent. But I feel like it was ruled the right way, but it was just a bit of an inconsistency between the two examples.
And also, real quick here, ASG and I were talking yesterday or the day before about it, and he informed me correctly that the correct answer here, the original movie, was the Muppet movie, and then the newer, more recent movie doesn't even have movie on it. It's just the Muppets. Even if he had said the Muppets movie and they had accepted it, I would imagine it would be overturned on challenge because of adding the word movie. That's how I would rule it. I'd be like, well, hey, man, whether you knew what the difference between the movies or not, I mean, there's, But anyway.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that's disappointing for him, because I do agree with you, there needs to be a standard that needs to be set on how they're going to rule it. But the problem is there's already been multiple flubs with Muppets just this year, because there was another one, I think it was the Free-for-All, where it was Muppets from Space is the movie, but somebody got Muppets in Space and they called it correct. So for multiple times with this series, it to happen this year, because let's be real, the whole Muppets thing is really weirdly named. The fact that there's some with an S, some without an S, that's really weird, that it's inconsistent throughout multiple films. So the fact, if he had said the Muppets, that's clearly incorrect. He said the Muppets movie. In past matches, that would be given correct. So I get what you're saying about setting the standard. Like, I totally agree with you. But to start it this late in the season, at this point in the tournament, when this has been the precedent previously, is a really weird
move. Itself, like, there's no precedence and stuff like that, even though there are.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is you're right. There needs to be a consistency set. I just think it's unfortunate for him that at this point, that's where it began. Because I do agree with you in conception.
At least they're starting, okay? Like, again, at least something's being done. I find it still normal to have these inconsistencies. We're all human. This is something that called by people, and the rules are not always set because, again, this is a human sport, an intellectual sport. We can't go off of yards and types of throws and outs. This is intellectual sport, so flubs are going to happen. As long as there's going to be progression and things are learned and they evolve more and more, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Our guest is here, and we will carry over with Dan Merle and Janine Match when we talk about the pay-per-view from last night after Sexy Numbers. But I'm sorry, Dan. But I will just to finalize on what Frenchie was saying. Like, yes, stuff happens and honest mistakes happen, but my issue has always been when the wrong answer is intentionally accepted. Like when the judge knows that it's not quite the right, he has it written right in front of him. He knows it's not the correct answer, but they still do that. Well, you know what it is. We'll give you the point. That's what bothers me. Honest, legit mistakes and stuff. That kind of stuff happens. Yes, absolutely. Can't fault that. Okay. Like I had said, guys, we do our interviews here. Hot matches rules. The winner starts the interview off one-on-one, then second place joins a couple minutes later, and so on until the rest of the crew is on here. And our guest today, everyone, is Nikki DiMolanta. Nikki, hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's great to talk to you. I have a couple of questions that I want to get out here right now. Now, when you beat Alex Damon, was most of it like your desire and your drive and your training to do that? Was most of it driven because you personally just wanted to beat him and work your way to that title, or was it because you wanted maybe some revenge for your husband losing that title to Thomas?
It wasn't like gotta beat Alex because it's Alex, because I didn't think that it was. I figured the scales were tipped more in his favor. It was more just like, wouldn't it be cool if it happened, and it wasn't really fueled by revenge, because I don't have anything against Alex. He's not the one that took it, so it wasn't like gotta get Alex just because it's Alex. It was just, let me do my best and then see if it works, and I guess it just did that day.
All right, that was my roundabout way of finding out for sure from you whether or not you are light side or dark side. She is light side, everyone.
Yeah, they don't do revenge and whatever.
No.
Yeah.
But how great was that? I mean, you've seen Andrew run in his run with the belt. You two have the show that you do with Star Wars. I'm sure, and that's just such a valuable source of information and training and knowledge. Having him with you.
Oh, yeah.
How has this experience been for you so far? This is a hell of a year.
Yeah, man, you're telling me. It's been wild. I thought maybe I'd get a win, like one, and then, it would be like, hey, cool, I did it. I did it once or twice and it was cool. I never expected it to end up with spectacular. Like, that is still beyond my comprehension. I cannot believe that that's where we've ended up and there's still more to do. Like, we still gotta, it's like 3 weeks away, like almost to the day or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a big surprise for me, man. Like, I never saw it going this way. If anybody out there is surprised, I'm just as surprised as you are.
Hi, I just want to say congratulations, by the way. You
you.
played amazingly. I do have a question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in that final round between you and Evan, Gold Leader, in that final question when you asked for your JTE and you put your head in your hand, see, I'm very fresh to the Schmoedown, and so I was like, oh no, she doesn't have it. I was like, oh god, she's getting her JTE because she doesn't know what it is, and I was later told that it was probably because you were trying to almost center yourself before answering it. What was it like for you in that moment?
Crazy. Because what happened there was that it was a very long question, right? So like when they got to the middle of it, and as soon as they got to the part with, they're trying to reach Obi-Wan and they can't because of two things. As soon as Mark got to two things, I was like, oh my God, I know this answer. Because they're either going to ask me to name both, or they're going to give me one and ask me to say the other. And I was like, in either case, I know this, and that means that I have this. And so my mind started racing, and I wasn't even thinking of the question anymore. I was just like, oh my God, if I win this, I win the whole thing, and then I have to go to Spectacular. I have to play Thomas. Oh my God. And then I just kind of went, wait a minute. Let's do a JTE. Remind ourselves what the question was, because I haven't even been thinking about the question. Like, my mind's just been racing. So I'm like, let me repeat the question, make sure I'm not jumping the gun, because there is something else that I think could have been easily confused with that answer. So I'm like, let me make sure I'm not confusing it and just confirm with myself. So I went, let me just regroup. JTE. Yeah, no, that's the answer. Better say it. So it was more checking back in with myself and stopping freaking out.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Let me tell you, Nikki, that's the best strategy to do, because that's a future that's a champion strategy, because you want to make sure that you heard the right, and you want to make sure that you've heard the answer. So that's a champion level strategy. Well, my question for you is, I want to bring up something.
Yes.
So I got a graph here that shows all the different possibilities of the different, whether it's a digital match, digital 5-round match, or a live setting 5-round match. So if it's a live match, which is going to be at Spectacular, the highest possible tie score is 36 points with you and Thomas Harper. And we've seen your husband Andrew and Alex go to 51-50, and it's a 15-point difference.
Yeah,
if you manage to do it. So my question for you is, since you've been through that the ringer, so to speak, do you think how difficult would that be for any competitor, not just you, but any competitor, whether it's Andrew or Alex or even Thomas Harper,
to get to 51-50, or
in a live setting match with 31?
Well, I mean, if we're talking 51-50, that would be incredibly hard in this live setting, because I think when you're on a digital match, you have the potential for more points because you got fast money, and you both have the same potential for 10 points. If
15.
You're in a live setting, 15.
Yeah, because there's 20 questions asked to each competitor for both competitors, but only 5 questions for the speed round. So it's a 15-point inflation.
Yeah. So like, yeah, there's more opportunities for points when you're playing fast money digitally, and there's less opportunity for points potentially when you're playing with buzzers. So I think it would be incredibly hard for a live match involving a buzzer round to get to 5150. You would have to, I think, go very deep. You'd have to go perfect and then go deep into overtime.
Perfect, and you would have to score 15 points in sudden death, and that was my question.
Exactly. That
would be very difficult, and that's
the
point I want to stress to everybody, because we were talking about this on Schmoes in the North last night, where I was explaining that you can't. It's impossible to get 5150. I'm like, I was talking about the Star Wars division, not the teams division.
Taco. Yeah, no, it would be really hard in a live setting because you don't have that potential of 10 points in the fast money round. It's only 5 points in a buzzer round, and you both can't get 5. Somebody's going to get some, and somebody's going to get the others. So yeah, it would be insanely hard. You have to go deep into overtime after going perfect. It would be very tiring.
Yeah. Geez, what a chart, man. What a chart. That was incredible.
I don't know how you guys do that.
That was... Dude, that is seriously impressive. Okay, so to the actual question. Obviously, both yourself and Andrew, obviously, because I assume the fact that you guys are together means that you were there for a lot of his experiences. The bulk of both your careers has been in the digital age. I think I've just killed Jay. But obviously, Andrew's first few matches were live, and now you're going into your first live match. What is the feeling of that? Because obviously, I assume at least for one of them, you were there for some of his. What was that? What is that experience like on the side, and how do you think it's going to translate to you actually doing it?
It's going to be a little scary for sure. Because his first 2 matches were live, and his first one was at Celebration, which I imagine will have a comparable size crowd to Spectacular. I don't really know how many people were and are going to be at both, but it's going to be way different because I'm sitting here, I'm wearing my PJ pants, I'm wearing a what I call a happy shirt, which is and so now I'm going to be like in front of people, and I gotta like wear real clothes and like see people looking at me and waiting for me to answer a question. So it's going to be way different. It's been a long time since I've been on stage. So, but I feel like being able to be there for Andrew's matches, it gives me kind of a feel of what it's like. It's of course going to be different when I'm the one that has to answer the questions. I feel like it's the kind of thing where once you get on stage, the lights are going to blind you. The audience is just going to kind of fade away. I feel like as soon as you get the first couple questions under your belt, it's like, okay, now I'm just in the groove, So I'm not going to try to get in my head about it. I think that would be really easy to do that. And I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go into it loose and like I've done in the past and see what happens for me.
Bonjour, Madame Demaranta. Hope you're doing good.
I hope the same for you. I'm doing well.
Good. My question is less about Schmoedown and more about Star Wars.
Okay.
If there's one scene, one moment in all the movies you can immortalize and just keep that scene in your brain, what would it be?
So basically like one of my favorite scenes in any of the Star Wars movies.
Or the one that touched you the most, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of good ones. I'd have to say that I think one of the most beautiful shots, I think, in all of the theatrical movies, all the, theatrical Star Wars, I think one of the most beautiful shots is probably in The Last Jedi when Holdo goes through Snoke ship. That is a gorgeous shot. It's beautiful. I love how the sound cuts out. It's beautiful. And so I think that's probably one of my favorite visual scenes. I think that probably one of the most heart-wrenching scenes that actually kind of makes me tear up is The Rise of Skywalker, when Ben is seeing his dad and they reunite and they have that moment of like, Dad, and he's like choking up and he's like, I know. I just love that scene. I think Adam Driver acts it perfectly, and I think it's just so, I don't know. I love that scene. It's very emotional, and so that scene I think hits me in my heart. There's probably a lot of other scenes in the prequels and OT that I could think of too, but off the top of my brain, visually, Last Jedi, that one scene, and like heartstrings is Ben and his dad.
And if you guys permit me, I'll have one other question, then I'll drop off because I'm not supposed to be even on the on the show right now, this is something that we do on my channel, Schmoes and North. This particular question: if aliens would come and erase all movies for all time, but would give us at least 1 week's warning before they do so, what would be your last 3 movies you would watch as a final goodbye? And Star Wars counts as one, by the way.
Oh man, okay, the franchise counts as one.
Yeah. So that being said, enchanté et à la prochaine fois, Madame Diamante.
Oh man, that's a great question. Because if anybody knows me, they know that I don't know BS about movies that aren't Star Wars. I guess I would probably say Star Wars would be one of them because they've just become such a big part of my life in the past couple of years. I also, the first Ninja Turtles movie has a very special nostalgic place in my heart, so I would probably have to throw that in there. And then, oh man, what a big question. I also love Mrs. Doubtfire. That's just a feel-good movie for me. I know it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that movie. Those Mrs. Doubtfire and Ninja Turtles, they got me right in my heart. And then Star Wars has just become really a big part of our lives, you know, as a couple and as a family.
You can't go wrong with Robin Williams. Is all.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That is true. I mean, all of his filmography is the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've got another one, question I'd like to ask you, and I apologize for before when I had to leave screen. There were 3 different things that all popped into my head at the exact same second, and all 3 of them on their own would have brought me to tears laughing. So I was like, it started with Taco. Damn it, Taco. He broke me. With you having had access to the Star Wars belt before, have you ever stood in front of a mirror in your home posing with it as if you are the champion of Star Wars division?
Negative. Definitely
Really?
have not. Because
Yeah.
a fun fact that people look at us like we're nuts when I do reveal is that, well, Andrew and we can be pretty superstitious sometimes. And he told me from the get-go, he was like, I'm sorry, but I don't think you should touch this belt because
Wow.
I don't think you should touch it because I don't want anything to be jinxed or, you know, anything like that. And I went, you know what, babe, if that makes you feel good, then I won't touch it. So no, I never touched it because, you know, he went, you never know what's going to happen one day. And so no, I definitely haven't held it up in front of a mirror and imagined what if that day happens, then we'll do it then in the very slim chance that happens. But if it does, that'd be pretty cool.
I think you're discounting yourself too much to say that it's slim.
Yeah, honestly, I think your biggest advantage is practicing the buzzers because I've seen Thomas like kind of think about the buzzer round in the normal digital era, and that could be a disadvantage to you. And because if you're thinking about the question, you have a better chance of reacting to it first. So my advice is practice the hell out of those buzzers because that can really be your biggest advantage, especially if you're just a few points behind.
Oh no, that 3 and 4 rounds 3 and 4 could be hugely pivotal. So yeah, that's definitely on my mind.
Before we move on too far from my last question, I have a follow-up. I just want to clarify something concerning the Star Wars belt. So are you telling us that you have never once ever touched the Star Wars title belt?
Have not. Never once.
Wow. So,
I swear on anything, ever, everything. I have not.
That's really cool to know for us viewers because if you're able to take it from him, then we who have heard you say that and know that when he hands you that belt, we're like, dude, that's the first time you touched that belt, dude. And those of us who know that, we're gonna have something special. It's gonna be cool. But I apologize. Go ahead, Kiwi, or either one of y'all.
So I just want to say, Taco, thank you for bringing that image back to my mind. That's something I'll never forget seeing.
That's a good point.
Lord.
I mean, Josh might never hold the belt now because of that. I mean, rub it on your undercarriage.
He had one great night with it right then and there.
That's all he needs. I'm sure he's good now.
And to put in context, I don't think Kiwi knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh, maybe not.
I just smile and nod most of the time. It gets me through.
And see, that's a good woman, guys. All you men.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Do not bring us back 20 years.
I'm sorry. I like her or I wouldn't pick, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
we got pre-show approval. It's fine.
So I was going to say to bring up another question. Obviously, as everybody now knows now, and it was a bit of shock, I think, to a lot of people when it first happened, but Andrew made a decision to sit out of the tournament after losing the belt.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he had said, I want to go into it, Coy would have let him, but he chose to stay out of it.
Yeah.
How much of a help has he been to you in the intermediary? Because it's not like at any point your interests conflicted because you weren't on the same side as Eric, and unfortunately he didn't make it out of the first match.
Right.
But how much of a help has it been to you having a multiple defending former champion with you alongside the ride?
It's been a help since day one. Like, if there's ever anything that I'm unclear on, I'll just be like, hey babe, what was that? What's that ship? Who's that person? And he's just like, it's this, it's that. But I've been honestly trying not to do that to him too much because I know he's in his own personal little break room. He's in his own little exile right now. And there's a reason for that because he was getting all burned out and stressed out. So I do it every so often, but I try not to overload him with it. But having him there, it's real nice. He's a wealth of information. And it's a passion of his. So even I could ask him, 50 questions in a row and he will answer every single one of them and not bat an eye. So it's real nice to have each other to lean on. It's real nice. And even if he had been in the tournament and we somehow face each other, or if I face Eric, factions aside, or even with factions there, I wouldn't have been like, screw those mercs. No way. It would have just been a fun time, and it would have been almost a stress-free match because it would have been like, hey, it's him, it's Andrew, or hey, it's Eric. He's real cool too. So, yeah.
If you two did go against each other, would you have like a sort of friendly bet, like whoever wins buys the other dinner, or would you just be like, we're gonna go and do a separate thing away from each other, and then we'll come back tomorrow?
Oh no, we would still train together. It wouldn't be a matter of like, oh, I found this one thing. I'm not going to tell him so he doesn't know. Like, no way. It would just because I already know he knows more than me. So, but like, it wouldn't be training separately. We would train the exact same way, and it would probably be something friendly like, well, then you got to clean up the kitchen after dinner if I win, something like that.
Good reason to win.
Yeah, man. I hate cleaning the kitchen. Actually, no. As I get older, it actually brings me a lot of joy.
Oh, I'm the same.
Clean kitchen.
I absolutely.
That's how I know I'm growing up.
I'm a man child because I hate doing dishes. But what? Just de retour. One last question, because we all know that more, especially in Star Wars, more and more you advance the tournament or go up the echelons, more and more the questions get hard. Yeah. How are you preparing mentally, and what are you expecting the jump in level hard will be with the Harper match?
I don't know entirely what to expect, to be honest with you, because I feel like with this tournament or this whole season so far, once you think the question writers are going one way, it's like, all right, well, they're asking that. Let me start looking at that. And then they start asking about this, So I feel like they've been doing a great job of making you think on your toes. I do expect these questions to probably be just as hard as the last all of my matches, really, because there have been some zingers in all 4 matches that I've been in so far. I expect them to be the same level, if not maybe a step up. And I plan to prepare the exact same way because, like I said, if I start getting all wound up and get into my own head, I'm the only person I'm going to hurt is myself. So I'm going to go in the same way and just, I don't know, try to be a well-rounded player. Because if you focus too heavily on one area, something else is going to start lacking. So I'm just trying to look at it holistically, and not get into my own head, going loose. But I do expect the question writers to probably throw a couple bombs in there, and we'll see if I can dodge them.
Yeah, so I just want to have one quick statement because it popped in my head when you were telling us that you left Andrew alone, but you would help you out whenever you asked him. I really do like his TikTok where he was helping. It's like when when your wife is going up against Alex James, help is on the way.
A Mrs. Doubtfire reference.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I just cracked up laughing at that. So I just that just popped in my head when you were talking.
Yep. Oh, he had fun making that.
All right. We're all looking forward to spectacular. Good luck in your match against Thomas Harper. It's definitely going to be entertaining, and and we're just so excited to see you going up against him. Congratulations on all your success this season.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for your time very much. Nikki Milan to everyone. She will be playing It's Spectacular against Thomas Harper for that Star Wars title belt, and it's going to be rad, everybody. That is on December 4th, and we will be doing a pre-show for that, just trying to figure out the details on it. So no details to share as of yet. But now, everybody, it is time for...
I'm going to talk dirty to you for a second. Math.
Double D's, sexy numbers. Dan, what do you got for us today, buddy?
Okay, so today we are going to be asking the question, is Shazam the GOAT in teams? So this is a very highly debated topic amongst the community. But Aaron, what are your thoughts on where do you lie on this debate?
After the most recent match, 100%, yes.
Oh, well, okay. So Christian has been one of the persons is Christian, and he focuses on that final round with the 5-point. But before we get into it, let's analyze certain conditions. We're not going to analyze every single team. We're just going to focus on the team champions, and we're not even going to analyze all of them because Team Schmoes in top 10 were part of the earlier version of the Schmoedown. So to compare to the more recent champions, it's kind of embarrassing. So we're just going to save some dignity and just not analyze them. So we're only going to talk about the Patriots, Above the Line, Shire Wolves, Odd Couple, Corruption, Founding Fathers, and Shazam. And we're going to start with the round 1 and round 2 averages. Patriots, they average round 1 about 9 points for round 1, and they average about 10 points for round 2. So pretty decent, not too bad. But as we get to Above the Line, they average around 13 points for round 1 and just a little over 9 points for round 2. So, again, not too bad, but round 1 is getting better. Round 2 for round 1 for the Shire Wolves is about 12 and a half points, and round 2 is about averages around 9 points. So, again, it's not too bad, but not too great. Odd Couple, another Jeff Snyder team. Their average round 1 is about 13 and a half points, and their average round 2 is very close to the Patriots, about 10 points. So pretty good. Corruption, their average round 1 is 13 points, 13 and a half points, and their average round 2 is about 9 and a half points. Founding Fathers, they average close to 14 points, and their average round 2 is 9 points. And we talked about the Shazam earlier about a month ago. They average close to 16 points for round 1 and average over 10 points for round 2. So they kind of are dominant in these two divisions, or these two rounds, I should say. But what are your expectations for the accuracies between the betting round and the speed round? Do you think it's going to be the same story, or do you think it's going to be a bit different?
I think it's going to be the same story. I really do believe that they are more dominant. They are the best. So, yeah, I'll keep it going.
Okay, so how we're going to do is we're going to have two teams, and they're going to be like free-for-all style, where one person, the lowest accuracy gets eliminated. So we're going to start off with the Patriots versus Above the Line. And as you can see, the Patriots only missed 1 out of the 8 of their round betting rounds. So they have an 87% accuracy rating, whereas Above the Line, they have a 67% accuracy rating. So Above the Line gets eliminated. So far, Patriots are on top. We move to the Shire Wolves. They also have an 67% accuracy rating. So they missed 2 out of the 6 betting rounds that they occurred. So they get eliminated, which is my favorite team, unfortunately. God Couple, and I am including Janine because as we didn't talk about this, but she deserves to be in the talking. And they have an 80% accuracy rating, but it's still not enough to beat the Patriots. So unfortunately, Jeff Snyder beats himself. Founding Fathers, they also have a 67% accuracy rating, and so they get eliminated as well. And we're getting close to the end, the final two. Corruption, even they're not high enough. They're at 75% accurate, only missing 1 out of 4 matches. And finally, we get to Shazam, 86% accurate. They only missed 1 out of 7 betting rounds. And at Spectacular, if they get their betting round, that'll be their 8th occurrence, and they wouldn't have missed it. So if they do make it, they'll be tied for the Patriots. So they're going to be up there with the Patriots. But with the speed round, it's going to be a little bit different because there are two different versions. There's the digital, and then there's the in studio. So we have to have two different columns. With Patriots, they didn't have the ones who have 0%. They didn't have any digital matches.
Right.
So just so you know, so the Patriots, they're at 30% accurate in the speed round. Above the line is 47. Shire Wolves is at 43. The Odd Couple is at 30. That's actually the lowest. But they also have 91% in the digital era. That's pretty high. Corruption has the highest in-studio accuracy rating in the speed round with 67%. And they do have the lowest, but it's still pretty high in the digital with 76. Founding Fathers has 44% in the in-studio. And Shazam has 45% accuracy in studio, and in digital they have 93. They're the top in digital, and they're only third in the highest of the in studio. So they are pretty dominant.
Yes,
we are going. But here's the big question, and this is what Christian was talking about: is the final round accuracy. 2-pointer accuracy is 70%. 3-pointer accuracy is 80%, and 5-pointer is 50%. Do you think that these numbers reflect a GOAT status team?
I think on paper, no. I think in the context of their matches, yes, because oftentimes when they win, they don't have to go that far to win, which is why they've had less chances to get it right.
That's exactly true, because the 2-pointer, 3-pointer are out of 10 matches, out of the 14 matches that they have occurred in. Their 5-pointer is 6 matches out of 14. So for the most part, they don't even go to their 5-pointer. So how can you say that 5-pointer is that low, because they've only occurred at 6 times? So what I did was, how many times did they miss divided by the total number of matches? I think that shows a little bit more clear. So this is what the result is. 21% of the time of their matches, they missed their 2-pointer. 14% of the time, they missed their 3-pointer. And 21% of the time, they missed their 5-pointer. To me, that seems a bit more closer to the picture. But what do you think if we did that with all the champions? Do you think that it'd be close to what they're doing, or do you think it'd be that's low enough to be considered the GOAT?
I don't know if they'll be number 1 necessarily on this, but I think it's low enough that they're probably top 3.
Okay, well, let's take a look. So as you can see, we're not going to go break down all this, but to sum it up, it's all over the place. So it's low because the highest point is 25% miss rate. So the lower, the better. So obviously above the line, they're pretty low comparison to Shazam. They never missed their 2-pointer, and the times that they missed their 3 and their 5 was only 14% of the time. And obviously there are some teams that have higher rates, but I feel like you can't really judge one team's performance based on just one single thing. So I feel that they're in contention, but I think if they have more wins, I think that will be this number will actually drop down and actually conclude that yes, they are GOAT-worthy status. But I think it's still up for debate. But let's hear from Roxy Stryer and what's her thoughts. What do you think, Roxy?
You had the sexiest numbers by far.
Good. I love it, man. I will admit to you, Dan, that I was too busy having fun with the other people in the private chat. Most of that I missed. I'm very sorry.
But I have to say too, Dan, I'm a bit disappointed. I wanted to see small balls again on screen. There's a lot of balls before with the Malanta. You didn't put balls this time. I'm slightly disappointed.
Well, it's about the right graph, and honestly, but they have a long bar. I mean, the long bar is...
Yeah, the long bar is...
If anybody wants to know when it got really weird, just watch my face when it crinkles up.
I'm not...
I still prefer small balls and long bars. I'm just...
Who else is here that has... I forgot. I'm sitting here going, dude, there's a fucking poltergeist in the system. Okay.
I can turn my light on if you want.
Thanks, man. Dude, you gonna tuck me into, cover me with a blanket and bounce me, and all that good stuff.
We're bouncing now. Okay.
Get out of here. We're going to talk about the pay-per-view match last night, but we are going to go ahead and talk about the Merle versus Janine Machine match. We didn't get a chance during hot matches. Okay, guys. Obviously, I'm a fan of Dan Merle's. How could you not be a fan of Dan Merle's? He's amazing. He is the GOAT. But I have been a fan of Janine since I first saw her walk in with Jay Washington and years ago. It has been amazing to watch her development in her career here in the Schmoedown. I was shocked, to be honest, just because y'all know me, I tend to put stock in those who have performed well, in the past, but and for that reason, I tend to count out sometimes, or underestimate would be the correct word, their opponents. In this case, Janine. It's not that I didn't think she could beat him, but I just am in that mindset. It's Dan Merle. It's like, dude, when the Yankees play the Cincinnati Reds, I'm a Reds fan, but I am not at all expecting the Reds to win. And that's kind of how I was here, just because I was like, the Yankees are going up against Janine the Machine, but she kicked the shit out of didn't kick the shit out of them, but man, she brought home the victory against the Yankees.
Did she won?
Yeah.
There's only one thing I have to say about this match.
Holy shit!
I mean, what more can you say? I mean, you look like Janine was struggling because she was down in round one. What was she? She was down like 3 or 4 points. And we thought, okay, this is going to be another Dan Merle victory, but she managed to do it in the final round. And Dan Merle asked, like, I don't even remember the last time I missed my 3 and my 5. It was against Paul Oyama 2 years ago, July 19th, 2019. So that was the last time he missed his 2 and his 3. So, I mean, you got to give props to Janine. She pulled out the win, and I couldn't ask for a better player to take home a victory, because now she's solidified that she belongs in this division.
Yeah, I mean, last week when we talked about it, I think when it was me and Dan, I said on the show, Janine has been playing better and better and better every match. But the one thing she doesn't have yet is that big win that really gives her that push. Every time she's been close, it just hasn't gone her way yet. Mm-hmm. And I said, she could be good enough to beat Dan. But Dan is going to have to beat himself in order for her to win, because he is that much better. And that's exactly what happened. She played a good game. She got a difficult 5-pointer. Her performance was out on the table. But Dan beat himself to lose this match, and Janine is finally on the right end of that luck that just has to go your way sometimes to win. And this is the first time in her career where she has a big moment in front of her, and she is finally able to take it. And for that, as the person who's been the pessimist on her for a very long time on public forums, fucking good for you, Janine. That was a great moment for you. Good job.
Oh, yeah? Anyone else have anything to say about this match before we move on?
That was all summed up.
All right, and now
I got something.
Holy shit!
Yeah. For this one, all right, we got the pay-per-view match last night, the team's tournament final, King Arthur versus Press Room, and King Arthur has Griffey Nooms on it. So I'm gonna ask Kiwi Jess down there to get us started on this one. What do you think of this match?
I love Griffey so much. Although actually Arthur Nooms, as he was in this match. King Khan is still a phenomenal player, but as you saw in that first round, Arthur just knew what he was doing. He just knew full well he only missed 1, wasn't it?
Wait, in the
those kind of details are not my forte.
No, I was looking.
I missed the question.
He missed only 1 in that first round, didn't he?
Yes, he only missed 1 in that first round, but King Khan missed what? 3?
Was it 3?
No, King Khan missed 5.
When he got 3.
Yeah, so he got 3. Perry missed 6, and Josh Horowitz missed 2. So Yeah, for me, this was heartbreaking to see Perry. I mean, we knew that she was going to have a tough round one. We kind of knew that from last time, but
Yes.
they did start getting back with round two. But man, that speed round, man, that hurt.
That was
Hurt
the
me.
end of it, basically.
Yeah, I had the fortune to meet Perry a couple of years ago. She is the nicest person, and I wanted her to win, but I kind of knew that this was going to be the last match of the season. Unfortunately, I would like to be proven wrong, but when King Arthur is going perfect in the speed round, and that's like, well, that's all she wrote. So it was hard.
Yeah.
Especially getting John Carpenter twice as well.
I think the score was 34-27 because that's all I can very easily read. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the match. But no, I mean,
right.
Yeah, no, but off of the back of that,
host, you told me that in our little pre-show meeting thing, and I totally dropped it. I could have worked around that and made it look really smooth, and I fucking dropped the ball, dude. I'm sorry. Damn it,
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say though. Good for King Arthur, man. Like it before this week, I feel like everybody was focused on the Star Wars League, and the debate was between like, oh, it's Harper or Dimolanta. Whoever wins that match is going to be the Rookie of the Year. But I think now more than ever, with two big wins this week, one title shot, and he's just 2 matches away from another, I think Rookie of the Year is truly between whoever wins that final Star Wars match and Griffey Nooms. Now, who wins between them, I don't know. I think the way the matches go is going to play out because, as we've all seen last year and the year before, recency bias is a thing. So whoever makes the bigger impact is going to take it. But I think it's now between Griffey Nooms and whichever one of those competitors wins the Star Wars match to go perfect for the year. He's really made an impact.
Now, I do have a question on my end because we saw the evolution of King Arthur. The first match, they won, but it was kind of like, yeah, they kind of won by chance. Their chemistry wasn't 100%. The second match you saw is getting more fluid. In your mind, how's the chemistry evolving? Is it evolving fast enough to really have a contention for the belt, or do you still have to work on it?
I think they still got some on that, or is that aspect of it?
I think maybe King Khan needs to I think maybe he needs a little bit of studying before Spectacular, but I think their chemistry is working a lot better as each match that they're doing. So I think they're there, but I think that they need a little bit more work. And I think that they could. I still think Shazam's going to win, but I think that if they want to give him a fight, they just need to give it a little bit more push.
Hey, Ron?
Somebody who has not seen the most recent match, I cannot comment on how they've grown as a team. But if they grow enough between their second match and their fourth match, then I think they have a real chance at it.
Well, thanks for your honesty, Aaron.
Okay, early when I had to leave the screen, Taco started it, and then Aaron was the second thing. Then what he said triggered something from Frenchie and I's conversation 2 nights ago, and I just lost it. I lost it. So there it is again. I absolutely love like an attitude like that, dude.
No. I can only bring what I have.
But okay, guys. Real quick. Do we think King Arthur is going to take the title?
No.
I say. No. Unfortunately,
I'm just gonna say yes. I don't care if I'm being a contrarian. I'm backing. He's my ride or die. Anything Griffey's
in. Hey, be a shill. It's great. Yep. Do it.
You know what? I just did a whole segment on Shazam and showing how good they are. I have to say no.
I'm the Finstock Exchange show. Like, I'm officially the only one who supported them since the fucking beginning, and I still say no, they can't win.
I love them as a faction.
But interestingly enough, I want to pull up these stats a little bit. The Finstock Exchange has more opportunities to win the points race because of Griffey Newman and King Arthur than obviously Corruption has 2 title matches left, but the Dungeon, whoever wins that title match, they're out. So whoever wins that the dungeon is out after that, because it doesn't matter who wins that match, because they'll be the points. Basically, the points will be they'll be knocked out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fun to see the spectaculars here about 3 weeks away. Now, everybody, it is time for Frenchie's Corner. So we're going to drop all these other folks off screen, and Frenchie and I are going to have a discussion about something here. Yeah. What do we got? What do we got this week, man?
Well, look, after not the disappointing match, but still the unexpected loss of Merle, I started thinking, did Merle did a mistake by leaving the exchange? Like, was going to the dungeon really the right move for him? I wanted to start with you. Like, what do you say? Do you think he actually made the right move?
Yes, absolutely, dude. Or no, he didn't. I thought I was. Did he make a mistake? Yes, he made a mistake by leaving the exchange. He could have been. I mean, look at what the exchange is doing, dude. He could have been riding their coattails, so to speak. I mean, he would be one of the leaders, but looking at it the way it is and the way they're doing, he could have been in a faction that can actually contend for the championship, as opposed to where he is now. No offense to the dungeon.
Well, again, dungeon is a bit of the failed experiment. Like, the super teams are not performing. I say no, it's not a mistake, but not in the perspective of that Merle. It's the fact that, like, the Finstock Exchange themselves, it's working where they're having. They're having, they had the top 3 veterans that really built the team over. I don't see Dan going that route and really having rookies around him and building around that team. So
argument, you said it. You were basically saying like how amazing it is and how well the exchange is done. Yeah, exactly. That's why he made a mistake.
But it's not.
He would be with the exchange.
But it isn't a mistake, though. It's actually a good thing, and I'm not talking about the perspective of Dan. It's a good thing for the Finstock Exchange, because I don't see it working with Dan. I really don't see it working with Dan, and it's sad for me to say, because I love Dan. He's one of the OG GOATs, but something is happening that, for me, the faction was actually better off with him leaving. So it's not a mistake at all.
That's a hot take, dude. That's a hot take.
But I'm an idiot, and everyone knows I'm an idiot. So,
But I mean, okay, I don't understand any aspect of what you're saying, dude. The exchange is kicking ass, and therefore Dan leaving sucks for him now. If he would have stayed with them, he would be kicking ass too. So how was that not a mistake to leave Finstock Exchange? I don't know. Please further explain this logic to me.
I try, but I'm just going off the notes you said to what to defend, and what you wrote made no sense. So I'm just trying to go off of what you said to say. So, and I have nothing else to say. So that's why I can't defend it, you bastard.
Okay. Hold on. Before we bring the crew on, we're gonna do a quick audible here. We're gonna hold on. Bear with me here. Okay. So, we're going to do this really fast here. Okay. Did Dan Burrow make a mistake? No, dude. I mean, of course he didn't. Okay. Let me read my notes here and make my defense. Sorry. I was going to talk to you. Never. Just come on, dude.
No, but in a way, like, for me, it wasn't. I get what you meant, but I really going off of, like, the mistake is not on that side. It's a good thing for the Finstock Exchange. It benefits them. It really benefits them for him leaving the place into another system, another mentality. Because I don't think that mentality, and they would have had the same draft if Dan would have stayed on. So you're muted, you bastard. You're still muted. You're again muted. Well, a muted J-Wade is always a good J-Wade.
Okay. Am I muted?
Not anymore. But that being said, let's go on to our co-host reactions.
Exactly, but I'm sorry, dude. We're going to do this here real quick. I love you, brother, and we're going to do this. because you said that you didn't understand the notes that I gave you for your side of the argument. All right, so but you just said the exact same thing I put in the notes for your argument,
because I had to reread the notes. And
this is word for word. Hold on, man. Bear with me. This is word for word for your argument. Exchange probably wouldn't have had the amazing draft they had if he'd stayed. And you just said that yourself as a part of your legit argument, but then before that you sat here and were like, I don't understand what you said in your argument. Come on, buddy.
I just reread the notes and repeated what you wrote, you bastard. All right, enough about us. Let's go on to see what they think.
Bad Frenchie.
I love you too, Jay Wade.
Yeah, I know. I'll see you in the dungeon later.
Oh, yeah, you will. Don't forget to strap on the ball gag a bit tighter next time.
He does like balls. Don't forget that.
Okay, so I think I got the biggest bombshell for all of you. Dan Merle did not leave the Finstock Exchange. He got kicked out of the Finstock Exchange.
Storyline.
It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He got kicked out of this faction. And so, yeah, that's the biggest problem. Yes, he got kicked out of the Finstock Exchange. And I think that's because Finstock realized Dan's not good. And I think part of the reason is because he recognized that Roka is the GOAT. That's part of the storyline. So I feel that, it wasn't a mistake because he got kicked out for Gucci's reasons. And it's working.
Okay, first off, if anyone watching needs a reason to tune back into this show, only those two guys could turn a fictionalized debate into a real debate into 50 Shades of Frenchie.
I don't know about you guys, but I was dying in the back room there.
Aside from that, to answer the question, did he make a mistake? I would say for himself, no. Because I think Dan is truly the type of player where you could put him on any team and I think he would still play the same. Whether he was with Finstock or Gucci, I think those are the same person. Whether he was with Finstock or Kaiser, I think he still would have had the same record. I think I read somewhere he's 8-5 both sides all season. If anything, I think it benefited him because I think him and Roka were clearly on a downward trend. I don't think they were ever going to do it again as team champs. So at least he switched it up and tried to go with a different person and see if that route worked. So I'd say all in all, yeah, he did the best he could have for the season. He still won a title. If anything, I think he would have benefited the exchange more to be there, but for his own personal self, I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, I mean, I think that switching it up is the route to go because, I mean, yeah, Dan and Roka did work for a little bit, but as you can see, things were not working in the long term. So I don't think it was a mistake for whatever reality we want to contend to. I don't think it was a mistake for Dan to switch it up and go to somewhere else or be someone because obviously he was disappointed with the storyline, but where he got kicked out. But I feel that he would have done the same thing no matter what faction he was in. But if he were to stay, I think he would have made the faction, the Finstock faction, Finstock Exchange even stronger than they already are right now. I think you're muted, Jay.
I have one job. Put you back in, and you do my job, you bastard.
I know. Am I still muted?
No, you're good.
No,
you're good.
Okay, I know. I do that, man. I don't know. I like pushing buttons too.
I know, but I have everything planned, man. My fingers are ready.
I'm sorry, man.
I do want to say very quickly before we move on, Jay, if you want to use this as a bait clip to get Roka on your show, go ahead. Roka is a real legend of the game because, like someone who's about to retire, he spent the year being carried by rookies. Talk about a real GOAT.
All I'm thinking about right now is.
Oh, now it's my okay. Hello.
Jay Wade, there is a simpler way of just putting someone on screen. You click the solo layout button. Just letting you know.
Oh, I have no idea how this shit works, dude. That's what you're for.
Yeah.
There you go, Jay. You want to know who's guest in the next 3 weeks? Just circulate that little clip. I got you.
Yep.
Rourke's been on the show, so.
Okay, guys, it is time. We are going to play Guess That Schmoedown once again. And our host of this game, Soda from Schmoes of the North.
I see the comment now. I get the comment. Yep.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Zoolander.
Pretty
baby.
good, man.
That's why my name is the
the
Soda
mustache
Center
is
for
real.
Kids Who Can't Read Good.
Go. It says can't read. Go.
I know I couldn't fit the whole thing there because there's a 50 character limit. I wanted to add in and want to learn how to do other stuff good too.
This is pretty much Guess Who, if you guys know what that game is, but it's Schmoedown style. So Soda is our host, and yeah. I'm going to hand it over to you, man. I want to win for once.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, like Jay said, this is exactly like Guess Who. So, everybody has got 2 cards that they're going to be looking at, 2 different fractions. I'm going to choose someone, and then they have to ask me questions based on clues. So, for example, does this person wear glasses? Is this a man or a woman? Is the picture in black and white, for example? That's what we are going to do. So,
And just so the listeners know and the viewers, what 2 factions are we using?
we have the Finstock Exchange, and we have the Quirky Mercs.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got one.
Frenchie,
All
you
right. Is this person wearing a hat?
No.
Is this person wearing glasses of any kind?
No.
and then we'll go Aaron, and then Kiwi, and then myself.
Gotcha. Is it a man or a woman?
It is a man.
Are they wearing a collared shirt?
No.
Are they
say
looking?
collared, right? Yes. You say collared?
Collared, yes. Sorry, my accent.
No. Yeah, it sounded like you say colored, but either way, no.
Are they looking directly at the camera?
Yes.
Okay.
Go, Frenchie.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do we see their hands?
Yes.
Oh, and real quick, just to let everyone know that the specific cards that we are using are the official original draft cards. So some of these people may no longer be in the Schmoedown, but that's what we're using. So,
Is it Greg Alba?
Correct. It is Greg Alba.
Damn it.
hey, how did your thought process come to that?
Okay, so no hat, no collared shirt, no. Soda said no colored shirt as well. So I'm like, okay, no glasses of any kind, no hat. They're looking directly into the camera. I was either 50-50 shot with Greg Alba or John Humphrey. So
Yes,
like,
I was right with you. Yep.
Fun fact, Greg Alba has a cameo in the pilot episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He does?
He's in there.
I know that show in that episode very well. What is his cameo in that?
He's one of the teenagers at the party scene.
No shit. Yeah. I'm going to go rewatch that motherfucking episode as soon as
you
we're
can
done.
Google it right now, and the image will pop up on Google Images.
Now, I want to watch the episode and spot it. You like that? All right, but go ahead. Kiwi, you were up first. Soda, let us know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay. Are they wearing a hat?
No.
Are they giving a pose?
No.
Is it a man or a woman?
Man.
Do we see their teeth?
No.
Do they have? I'm going to go with my question. My first question. Do they have glasses of any kind?
Negative.
Yeah.
Are they looking at camera?
Yes.
Do they have long hair?
No.
Hey.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot that was not in the right position.
And if we were in a smoke circle right now, me and Aaron would be like, "Yo, Frenchie, is our name Skip? What the fuck?"
I'm going to use that. That was good.
Yeah, that comes from real life experience when I was a teenager. So, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm going to go for it. Is it Ty Lieberman?
Ding, 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 ding. It is Ty
Lieberman. I was focusing on him, so.
So it's a good thing that Frenchie jumped the line then.
Yeah.
So, Soda, do you wanna do one and you wanna guess one and I take one?
Sure.
Been a while. All right, I am ready.
Okay.
Well, wait, let me just rearrange everything here.
It'd be cool if StreamYards had like a button it would randomly rearrange the windows.
All right, so go ahead, Aaron.
All right. Are they wearing glasses?
Nope.
Are they looking directly into the camera?
Yes.
Can we see their teeth?
Yes.
Is it Beth May?
Yes.
Jesus.
How?
Jesus.
How?
And you're asking how I pulled the first one.
No, I'll be completely honest. Before we even started, as soon as Frenchie said I got somebody, I was like, I'm just going to guess Taylor Robinson on my first guess. But then she was eliminated. So then I was like, it came down to Perry or Beth. And I was like, we'll go with Beth because we just talked about Perry in the matches. So that's where my mind went.
So you got lucky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pulled it out of ass. Lucky. All right, let me just try to another one here. All right, go ahead, Soda.
Okay. Are they wearing glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they wearing the hat?
Nope.
I'm gonna go for it because it's only 5 different situations. Is it Barbarian?
No, you are eliminated, Double D.
Could we bring up Taco's latest comment because that makes me fucking laugh.
All right,
Aaron.
Oh no, it's Kiwi. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no. Okay, you know what I'm gonna guess? Is it Griffey?
No.
Chill.
Okay. I don't know if I want to guess or if I want to try. Fuck it. Is it Bibiani?
No.
Okay.
Is it Josh Horowitz?
No. You won already, but might as well guess.
Yes, Rick Radis.
No, it's King Khan.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Okay.
I was picking Finstock Exchange because there's only 2 people on the other side that has glasses. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, I'm first. So whenever you're ready, Frenchie.
Yeah, I'm trying. All right, so let me pick another one.
Ty Lieberman is the man. Ty Lieberman is the man.
Ty Lieberman's already been picked.
Hey, Ty, this is for you because I know that you listen to this at double speed or whatever, and it's already going to be fast when you do listen to it. So now when you listen to this, you're going to be like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
All right.
And everything I said there is true. He is a fan of this show, and he does listen to it at double speed.
Really?
So.
Wow.
All right.
Like doing the woodchuck thing, or just to mess with them, or.
somebody say?
All right, so Double D, give me your last one. Then I'll put you back sold on the cheat.
Okay, so is this competitor a woman?
No.
Are they smiling?
Somewhat.
Okay.
They're looking at camera.
Yes.
Is it Mark Haas?
No.
Okay.
Is it Taylor Robinson?
No.
Taylor Robinson's a woman. Whose turn is it?
Technically would be Kiwi.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Smiling.
It's the somewhat smiling that's getting me.
Yeah, it's kind of vague.
Is their shirt black?
Say that again?
Is their shirt black?
No.
Was the question already asked, are they looking directly into the camera?
Yes. It was yes.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. Somewhat smiling. Is it Jessie Swift?
No.
Okay.
All right, let's go try it. Is it Brendan Meyer?
Yes.
There it is. That's why he had to ask the question, because the shirt's not black, his jacket is.
Ah.
And he's somewhat smiling and biting his lip.
Yeah, it was
like
between that or Gold Leader for me, so I had to narrow it down. And then I was like, I've got it. And then, yeah.
Well, Mark Haas, too, with his mouth kind of open.
Yeah, it's like happy. But
I can see why the Jessie Swift one potentially as well could be like a somewhat smile.
Yeah, it's like.
And then you got Eric Whiteley, looks like he's about to devour that cigar.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay. I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay. Does this person have red hair?
No.
Okay. Does this person have a black shirt on?
Yes.
Are they smiling?
I'd say yes.
is it Gold Leader?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I was so sure. All right.
It was gonna be mine too.
Let's see. Do they have facial hair?
No.
Well, that narrows it down. Do we have jewelry of any kind?
No.
Are they looking into the camera?
No.
Oh.
Are we looking the same images?
Yeah, I now that threw me.
It was a guy, you said, right? For fuck's sakes.
Nobody has actually asked that question.
Is it a
No.
man?
No.
Is it Kim Taylor Foster?
Sorry, say that again, Jay?
Kim Taylor Foster.
Correct. Kim.
Wow.
Damn it!
Awesome.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, I hope nobody says that. But yeah,
The smile, because the reason why I hesitate is because, like, looking at her picture, it's like you can just see a smile break the face.
yeah.
I can get that. Yeah.
That's why I didn't go with the female question, because I knew as soon as someone would ask that, I'm like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got time for one more soda.
And I'm ready to go.
All right. Kiwi, go ahead.
Are they wearing a hat?
Yes.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Are they wearing glasses?
Fuck no.
I'm going to go ahead and take a wild stab in the dark here and say it's the outlaw John Roca.
Nope. Because he's wearing glasses, Jay.
You dumbass.
Pay attention to your own show.
Is it GTE?
No.
Kevin Smith.
It's
There we
Kevin
go.
Smith. I was like, after the first two questions, I'm like, oh fuck, these guys have got it.
Yeah, as soon as it was happening, there's not many people.
No. Can we do one more? Because I didn't do that one right.
Yeah. Well,
You
I
want
thought
to
that you were wearing glasses. That's why I was like, well, there's only one person with a hat and glasses.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, we'll do one more. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are they wearing a jacket of some sort?
They are not.
Okay.
Are they looking into the camera?
Yes.
Do we see their teeth?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it a female?
Yes.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
It's Sabrina.
Yep. God damn it.
Oh,
Fuck.
Man,
Because I was going
I
to say
was
most
not
of the
gonna
others
guess
have
that.
already
I was
been
gonna guess
picked,
Taylor
so it's like
Robinson.
who's
That's true.
man, Brandon Hanna's been on this show about 3 or 4 times, and I've tried to get Sabrina on here all season, dude, all year. Man, I would love to have her on this show. It'd be fun to play this game with her. So, hey, if y'all want to put out that back signal and tweet out at Sabrina, you should go on Speaking of Schmoedown and play Guess That Schmoedown with them sometime. That was awesome. Yeah. Well, anybody? We got 3 minutes left. Anybody got any final words to wrap up for this week in Schmoedown matches and whatnot? Any predictions for the?
Will we see a Shazam entrance at Spectacular, like an over-the-top entrance, like of yore?
Yes. That being said, I actually have to drop slightly early just to make sure I don't miss my bus to go get my kiddo. So that being said, thank you very much for doing a good show. Welcome to the craziness, Kiwi. And
I enjoyed
next
it.
time.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
All right,
have a
guys.
good night. Thank you.
Talk to you later,
I'm
buddy.
sorry. What were you saying?
Oh no, I like when Shazam enters for their team's match at Spectacular. Are we going to get a Shazam entrance?
I'd say so.
I would hope so.
Like with the
I don't
light
think it's gonna-
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too crazy, but they're definitely going to do something. Something
They
that's
have.
actually socially distanced and they're not interacting with people, but they're going to do something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not-
Can we get since they're with Koi now? Can we get the rejects back in the dinosaur costumes? Because their face is covered, it's safe.
Yes.
We got to incorporate them.
Do we know where? Or yeah, we know where. But Spectacular. What size is the venue? Does anyone know? Like, is it more like a cantina size, or is it more
they're going where, sir?
like New York, the past live
I
event?
think it's going to be closer to that. I think they're going to one of their old theaters they've been at before.
It's if I remember correctly, I believe it's the one they did the free for all live, the one they did live with an audience.
Globe?
I think it's that.
Yeah, it's the
location
Globe
they're
Theater.
going
The
to.
Globe Theater, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this week of Speaking of Schmoedown. This coming week is going to be awesome with the matches, and in 3 weeks we got Spectacular. Like I said, we will be doing a pre-show. I just don't know any details whatsoever yet. So I will let you all know when I know. But thanks, everyone, for joining us on behalf of Soda, Double D, Elephant Broad, and AA Ron. And yes, that was also, well, the other one wasn't cleared. That was off the cuff, but that was cleared. On behalf of all of us, thank y'all very much, and Frenchie as well. Don't miss that bus, dude. Don't miss that bus. All right, everyone, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.